everyone. I'm Joseph Geraputo, founder and editorial director of Global Finance, speaking from New York. Pranav Seth, Chief Digital Officer at Techcombank in Vietnam, will join me. The bank has been a regular Global Finance Award winner, including being named Best Corporate Digital Bank in Vietnam for 2023. Techcombank is engaged in a transformation strategy based on three pillars: digitalization, data analytics, and talent. The plan already appears to be working, with the bank reporting strong and sustained growth momentum over the recent years. In 2021, the bank became the first non-government-owned bank in Vietnam to reach over $1 billion in pre-tax profits. Pranav, Vietnam has one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. What are the country's main economic drivers, and what banking services are most needed to support continued growth?
Indeed, it's a really exciting time for Vietnam. Vietnam is projected to be the fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia over the next 5 years. And this is powered largely by a very vibrant 100 million population, which is quite young, which is quite digitally savvy, is rapidly urbanizing. If you look at digital economy consumption, again, it is fastest growing digital economy in Southeast Asia. This, is not just reflected in these numbers, but if you are looking day to day in what's happening around you, you see this in every facet, right? So you've got the Apple Store opening, you've got the Michelin Guide coming in, so vibrant dining scene emerging to serve the urbanizing middle class. Not just on the consumption, but if you look at manufacturing, the amount of FDI the country is inviting specifically post-COVID, I think it's really exciting. In terms of manufacturing, this is becoming the hub of many companies. If you see a Samsung phone, there's a 50% chance or more that it was manufactured in Vietnam. So excitement in all facets. So manufacturing, domestic consumption, foreign investments, it's the place to be.
How is digital banking changing Vietnam's banking market? And what digital innovations is Techcombank introducing for retail and business customers?
Vietnam is a rapidly growing digital banking market, right? So if you look at the digital active users, it is one of the highest in the world, right? So when I came here and I looked at how fast we grew our digital active users with more than 50 logins per month for our retail side, actually I couldn't convince myself of the data, right? But that is the reality. So it's a very digitally active country. And that reflects itself in the digital banking as well. If you look at even the penetration of digitally opened accounts, we are opening more than 80% of all new accounts digitally. And even at the country level, I think that number is quite high. So, So the rapidly urbanizing population, young population, digitally savvy, and now with a lot of the banks starting to provide these services in a much more modern way, it is poised for a massive growth on the digital financial services. At the same time, the penetration of many products is quite low. So if you are looking at mortgages, if you are looking at bonds, funds, I think the penetration has a lot of room to grow. And that is where I think our objective at Techcombank is how do we leverage, simplicity, personalization, right, and a massive amount of assurance to really introduce new products to our customers in a way that decomplexifies, if I might use the word, banking, helps them understand a product for the first time and makes them, assured and confident of trying out new products. So simplicity, personalization, and assurance become our core pillars. And I think if you look at a lot of what we have done is, whether it's on the retail side or on the corporate side, is to produce a large number of services, right, in a simple manner, and those are seeing heavy adoption. To take an example, on the corporate side, we took the banker's guarantee, right, and we took at all sorts of bank guarantees, whether it's for a bid, for a tender, for whatever the reasons be, and whether it is for amendment of that. I think what we sat down with our customers and really made a process which typically used to take hours and hours on paper, right? Made it as simple as 3 or 4 clicks, right? So we've done the same for corporate, for SME lending, right? Where we have made a lot of data investments that allow us to offer digital SME lending products instantly on a pre-approved, on a few clicks basis, right? If you look at the retail side of things, the capital markets here are still evolving. So there are, different kind of products that we've had to create. So whether it is corporate paper, what we call CD bow locks, it is also opening really new segments for the bank and really unserved, unmet needs in the market. So let me talk about the household and the merchant businesses in the country. So what we have done over the last 1 year, we've acquired around 260,000 household merchants. And what we did was to really, really simplify the way a merchant can set up a store. We created quite complex technology in the background. We used virtual accounts in the background, but we really, really simplified it in the front end to say that, hey, you're a merchant, you have 2 stores, 3 stores, you can set up different accounts for each of these stores, and you can get notifications for every employee that works for you on very specific apps that we created for them, of store notification apps, that you get different QR codes for different stores. You get payments that you can reconcile based on each store, and you really, really, solve operational problems on the ground by making sure that your people operating the stores get instant notifications of account-to-account payments as they are coming in. And that's very, very peculiar to the country because, I think the card terminalization is happening, and we are going to be driving that as well. But in the meantime, to make the cashless switch, QR codes have exploded. And we've taken that opportunity to kind of expand the set of people that we serve and really, really drive cashless across the society. That doesn't end there. I think we also looked at how do we serve, not just the affluent, the emerging affluent, but the entire population. And we worked with one of the largest supermarket chains in the country and really created some sort of version of a supermarket banking. So essentially, we acquired around 900,000 customers, through the supermarket chains using a very simple digital onboarding process, and created really simple payment mechanisms alongside with discounts that come, using Techcombank and at the supermarket, that allow customers to really make really convenient payments at these stores. We also came up with a service that, we call it pay by push. So essentially at the counter, you're a registered loyal member. The cashier presses in a button. You get a notification on your app. Hey, pay 500,000 VND for this basket of goods. You just approve and bang, the payment goes through.
For the future, what are the most significant opportunities for Techcombank, and what is your growth strategy in these markets?
So as we look for the future, we are really, really tapping on a lot of secular growth waves in the country, right? So first and foremost, as we are looking at building on the rapid growth of the manufacturing sectors and other industries in this market, we are going to introduce a lot of beyond banking kind of products. So whether it is around complementing our core banking propositions around treasury management or around supply chains. On the consumer side, I think our aspiration is to create something really, really world-leading here from Vietnam. We want to create a personalized banking experience unlike seen anywhere in the world. Over the last few years, we have made significant amount of investments into our data infrastructure and our infrastructure that allows us to deploy, latest models, whether it's artificial intelligence or not, at scale in our environment. Over the next few months, what we are going to create is a hearts and mind engagement strategy. The platforms are going to come in, the processes are going to kick in, right? And we want to create engagement on our digital platform that kind of rivals the bespoke nature of private banking personalization down to each and every one of our 8 million plus customers. This is not just to, create personalized experiences for loyalty. It is going to cover, how to get you to a much better credit state. How do we get you more wealth management products? And those are the few thrusts that we will continue to do, given how the economy is moving, the need for credit, the growing affluence. So we believe that based on this personalized experiences, we will be able to fill our product shelf on democratized version of a lot of the credit wealth products to serve our customers.